Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Military Surplus Firearm Collecting. Today we're going to be doing some story time with Mike B. I'm going to tell you a little story about something I got burned on because I was dumb, and I'm going to tell you the moral of the story, and it's going to all lead into some pretty good lessons that can save you a lot of money, hassle, and heartbreak. So the reason I've got this 1918 Lithgow No. 1 Mark III in front of me is because I also used to have a Lithgow No. 1 Mark III that was in absolutely factory mint condition. Got it at a gun store a while back, and it was, this is like 10 years ago. I think it was $200 that I paid for it or whatever, and found out that they were worth a little bit more than that, especially in factory mint condition. This one I acquired recently through Patreon support, which, hint, hint, shameless plug. This one is not nearly as good a condition, but it's still a Lithgow. The other one was dated 1916 as well, which I should also mention. So that's why I have this up here, so you can kind of visualize what stupidity transpired on my end. So this was about, I think this was in 2011, back when gun shows were just starting to get kind of stupid, but still, you could find good deals. So I'm walking around, and I was really inexperienced at that point. I'd only been seriously collecting for about a year and a half, 2 years. Casually from before that, but now I was an adult and I had money a little bit more, and so I was like, okay, I kind of do some more research, and there's a few guns on my list that if I see them, I'm going to buy them, no questions asked, which was my first mistake. So I'm walking around this thing, and blah, 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 it's, this and that, well, maybe. And all of a sudden I see it. I see a model 1903 A3, or what I perceived to be a model 1903 A3, sitting on a table. It was in great shape, and I'm like, oh my God. And the guy only wanted, I think, $400, $500 for it. And I was like, holy shit, this is the deal of a lifetime, because even at that point they were going for $700, $800 in okay shape. So I got super excited, but at that point I didn't have the cash available. So I made a deal. I got super excited. I was picking it up, and we ended up making a deal that I was going to trade this guy the Lithgow number 1 Mark III in factory mint condition and $300 for $300 cash for this model 1903 A3. Okay. So I went to the ATM because I can't hold it for you, but hopefully it's still here when you get back. This guy was a raging prick, I should add. I will never ever do business with this guy again. He's a local kind of shithead. Everybody around here thinks he's a dick, except his little circle of shit friends. But anyway, I should have known better. This is on me. It's not really his fault. I probably would have fucked me just like he did. I'd fuck me. Would you fuck me? Because I'd fuck me. I definitely would have, because I was dumb. So anyway, I got really impulsive, and I went to the ATM and got the $300 that was really kind of draining my bank account at that point. Rushed back with the rifle and traded what was at that point even like a $400 or $500 rifle plus $300 for what I found out later once I calmed the fuck down was a National Ordnance 1903 A3 with a black plastic handguard and a rear sight that was made in somebody's garage, and the rear sight aperture was a screw that had a hole drilled through the middle. Yep, well, by that point the gun show was over, and I went online and I said, I did the whole, look at what I got, how did I do? And people were like, oh, we didn't pay more than $300 for that. And I was like, why? And they pointed out everything because I was still too excited and giddy to realize that I had totally just shit the bed and screwed myself and lost a really, really nice and hard to find rifle. So, the moral of the story is I'm going to give you some advice, okay? I made a video on this in the past, but I cannot reiterate this enough. If you see something that's too good to be true, it probably is. If you do see something that's, holy grail on your bucket list, make sure you take a step back, take a lap around the gun show or the gun store or wherever you're at. Take a lap, just relax. And think about it and relax yourself. Go back and look at it very carefully and don't overlook things like a plastic handguard. And if you're not familiar with something, because what I was not familiar with the National Ordnance stamp. I thought that was going to be a military surplus receiver that was just made like after World War II, kind of like, International Harvester and Harrington Richardson. And a lot of other companies made weapons after the Second World War for a short amount of time. So I thought it was one of those little subcontracted companies. Well, turns out National Ordnance was a company that made cast receivers for several different weapons. They were known to fail quite a bit, and they were just not good, and they had absolutely no historical value. Although they were built using, U.S. parts kits, they were a civilian rifle that was just made to be a shooter. So yeah, I basically paid $800 for a $300 rifle that I barely got my money back on. And it sat for a while, but somebody bought it. And so anyway, yeah, stay calm, relax. You can be excited, but be aware that can screw you over really hardcore. So that's my advice for people that are newer to the hobby, or even if you're not, if you're like an intermediate level collector, advanced even, you've probably experienced this. I have no shame in admitting it, because if I can help other people not get screwed, that's more power to the hobby. Yeah, and again, I don't fault this guy for doing that. He knew damn well that he was coming out way ahead, but he was in business. I wasn't. Shame on me. Fool me once, shame on you. Actually, no, it was just me being dumb. Anyway, so that's going to be one piece of advice. I'll be doing a lot more videos like this on this channel, giving you tips and kind of little things that have worked for me, and then things that I've screwed up on collecting military surplus firearms. So, all right, that's all I've got for this one. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you like my work, consider supporting the channel on Patreon. The link to that is in the description. It's $1 a month, $5 a month or more gets you into the Discord server, which is really fun. I have a fun time there, and a lot of good conversations, a lot of good information exchanged. And it also helps fund. I mean, I can only fund so much out of pocket, for the videos that I want to do. But this was actually, like I said, courtesy of my Patreon supporters. So I managed to fill a hole in the collection after that one was savagely torn from me because I was dumb. Anyway, so I also do helmet ballistic tests, which cost money. I wanted to get into body armor ballistic tests, things like that. Just educational videos on things that I have a great passion for and are historical and really interesting. So your support helps out with that. If you can't do that, I totally understand, and I just really do appreciate you watching. Let me know if you got any questions, if you got any good stories about how you screwed yourself because of the same reason that I did. You get excited and you overlook a bunch of shit. Yeah, let me know in the comments, because I'm sure I'm not the only one. But anyway, thank you for watching, everybody. Hopefully this helps you not make the same mistake that I did, and there will be plenty more videos of things that you probably should avoid doing when you're collecting. So more to come. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next episode of Military Surplus Firearm Collecting.